everyone, and welcome to flosstube number 134. This is my second week of Arbitrary August 2022, and I'm here on the 9th of August, which is a Tuesday, because yesterday I uploaded my video, so I am here today to show you what I stitched on yesterday and what I'm planning to stitch on today. It's already super late. It's already close to 6 p.m. And basically I filmed this video already in the morning before I left for some sports, and yeah, I forgot all the things and I was not satisfied and therefore decided to just delete it. And when I came back home, I needed to take a nap, and I was eating something, and then I spent probably hours on my phone, and now it's already kind of late and I don't have that much stitching time left, which is super sad. But here we are. So now let me show you what I stitched on yesterday, what I plan to stitch on today, and let's get this first day of this video started. So yesterday I was stitching on Sleepy Hollow by Glen & Pace. This is going to be the finished piece, and I do hope to finish it this week, hopefully even today, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, last time you saw it, I had finished a big part of the ground over here and started back stitching the horse. So let me show you a picture of what it looked like last time you saw it, which was yesterday. And this is where I got to. So I'm really happy with that. Basically, I finished back stitching the horse, and then I finished all those stitches in the ground over here. So what's left now is 3 gravestones that need to be stitched, and this one needs to be finished, and this skull has to be completely stitched. Sorry, I think they're just covered, a cloud covered the sun, so the light isn't as great, but well. And then I have to backstitch all of the ground, the gravestones, and the skull, and then the picture will be done, and I just have to do that verse in the bottom. And I do hope that that will be kind of fast. So we'll see about that. Yeah, this will continue as my travel stitching, of course, and I talk about it in a second, about my plans for it going further into the week. Today, I'm stitching on a specific project. I'm not spinning my wheel with you, because today, Four Seasons by Heaven and Earth Designs has its birthday. So it started by Heaven and Earth Designs, the artworks by Jessica Gerka, and this is going to be the finished piece. This one I stitched in 20 by 20 blocks over the whole width of the pattern. So this is where it is right now, and I'm going to continue over here. I started this block last time I stitched on it, I think on Sunday. So I hope to finish that block and maybe do the next one, but as I said, it's already kind of late. Later than I wished it would have been. So we'll see how much I can actually do. But yes, to finish that block and this next one would be really amazing. And if I then do anything more, I'm more than happy. So yeah, that's that. I bring it a little bit closer to the part I'm presently stitching on. So, okay, I don't see anything anymore. This is basically the part I'm going to continue stitching in. Hopefully finishing that block. Well, I should finish that block, but hopefully even finish the next block. So I'm really close to the end here. And I totally forgot to tell you fabric counts and stuff. So this is stitched on a 25 count even weave in cream, and I'm stitching 1/1 full process, needleminders from Dankai Designs. As I said, I'm going to stitch on this one today until I have to leave for my night shift, because today I have a night shift. And for my night shifts, I tend to take smaller projects or easier to take with me projects, and Four Seasons has lots of colors. It's a very big fabric, and that's just not working at work. That won't do. I sometimes even take full coverage, which is not a problem in itself, but then the roll is smaller. For example, mini magic mirror I like to take for my night shift because of the way I'm stitching it, with just finishing the thread I have on my needle completely before I move on to the next one, so I don't have a lot of color changes. And it's a very small roll to hold. This one I normally I stitch in hand, and that means, okay, everything is not the way I wanted to. So basically, with my projects, I hold them in my hand and just stitch over here. With this project, there's a lot of fabric, which normally means I put this part on my left armrest and this part on my right armrest and then stitch. So the fabric doesn't fold below the project, basically. So Four Seasons is not going to come with me for a night shift. That's just not happening. And therefore, I will take Sleepy Hollow with me. Normally, I like to take something else than my normal travel stitching because I tend to have quite a bit of time and nice progress during night shifts. So I like to take other projects, but I really want to finish Sleepy Hollow. So I'm going to take Sleepy Hollow with me in hopes of actually finishing it tonight. That would be just amazing. I'm not sure that actually works out. Nevertheless, I think about taking another project with me if I finish. But I think I will just only take this one and then maybe take my crochet or my knitting with me. And if I actually finish this one, which I still kind of doubt, then I will do some crochet or knitting because I will have a finished hangover anyways. So yeah, hoping to actually finish this today. And I will show you tomorrow what I did. So tomorrow, normally I only show you my main project and travel stitching. I show you on Mondays what I managed to do. But with the night shift and probably good progress on my travel project, I thought I could show you both projects tomorrow and show you what I did. So yeah, that's the plan. I think that's it. So I'm going to sign off now and finally get started with some stitching. And I will be back someday tomorrow to show you what I managed. And yeah, that's it. So you will see me in a few seconds and I will see you tomorrow morning. See you. Good morning, everyone. It's now the 10th of August and it's Wednesday and I'm back from my night shift. It's actually 7 a.m. and about an hour ago I was done with work and I am never really able to sleep directly after work. I just need some time to wind down and that also goes for night shifts. So I'm still awake and I thought I just use the time and instead of just sitting at my phone and staring at my phone, I would just update you real quick and yeah, then we'll see when I finally get to sleep. At the moment, I'm kind of feeling quite awake, so we'll see. First, let's start with my main project from, well, basically yesterday. It feels like still today because I haven't slept yet, but it was yesterday. Four Seasons by Jesse Gerka, charted by Have Enough Designs, and basically I finished the block I was stitching on, which means mostly those darker stitches down here. And I started the next block over here and more or less finished that block as well. I bring it a little bit closer. So yeah, finished that part over here and started the next 20 by 20 block. And now there's not a lot left until I reach the right edge of the design and therefore finish my second row of 20 by 20 blocks. So I'm actually, over the last week, I was kind of annoyed because I spun this project a few times. Now I'm actually hoping for it to be spun a few more times, hoping that I can actually finish that row of blocks and then start in on the next row. So we'll see about that. For now, it goes away, and then we'll move on. And then, as I said, I had my night shift, and during my night shift, I wanted to stitch on Sleepy Hollow, so I did that, and I did not finish it. I'm close, but I did not finish it. So this is where I'm at right now. Basically, what I did, I finished everything up here. I stitched the gravestones, I stitched the skull, and then backstitched all of that as well. And then I started with those backstitched words down here, and I'm close. I think I have another 3, maybe 4 hours, and then this will be actually finished. One thing I wanted to say on the chart itself, as I'm stitching it in anchor colors, there were 3 skeins of anchor color black. So anchor 403 they told you need 3 skeins of anchor black. And I used all 3 skeins already and have now switched to DMC black because I do not have any more anchor black with me. I don't, and I'm not going to buy another skein just for the rest of those words. And anchor black and DMC black on my bobbins looked basically identical, and I'm now stitching with the DMC and you can't see any difference to the anchor, so I'm fine with that. And I'm just going to finish the chart with the DMC black because I do have that still in my stash and I don't need to buy one extra skein, and I'm just going to use DMC 310 for the rest. So over here I have to finish the word his and side, and then I move down and have 2 more rows of those words to do, and then I will be done, and I can't wait. So my plan actually now is I'm not going to spin the wheel today because I'm going to concentrate on Sleepy Hollow, and I'm going to continue stitching on Sleepy Hollow until Sleepy Hollow is done. As I said, I think another 3, maybe 4 hours and that will be done. And as soon as that happened, if my stitch time for today is done, I'm good with that. If I do have some more stitchy time left, I will come back to, here on video later in the day, maybe in the evening, do another clip of my finished piece, and then I will spin the wheel to see what I'm going to stitch on for the rest of the day. But for now, I'm good with just concentrating on Sleepy Hollow and hopefully finishing that one today. That's the goal. So yeah, that's that. I'll sign off and hopefully we'll be able to sleep soonish. And yeah, we'll see if I'm going to be back tomorrow morning with a finished Sleepy Hollow or later today. So today, with a finished Sleepy Hollow. But next time you see me on video, which video will be in a few seconds, you will see a finished Sleepy Hollow. So I'll sign off and I'll see you soon. Hi everyone, it's now the morning of the 11th of August and I'm here to show you the finish I promised you. So yesterday I finished Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place and I'm so excited. Yeah, I talked about it quite a bit already yesterday, but to do like a summary of this piece, I stitched it with all the called for materials, so on the called for fabric, with the called for threads, and the called for beads, everything as called for, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this is stitched on 28 count casual linen in the colorway Haunted by Pictures Plus. I stitched it with the called for anchor colors. There's a conversion for the DMC and one for Sullivan's USA on the chart as well. Anchor is the easiest of those to get in Germany, so of course I used the anchor. There's one Karen Water Lilies, I think it's called Lemon and Lime, for the moon. You need 1 skein and you need more or less the whole skein. I have a little bit left over, but not a lot. A few things I did differently than said in the chart. First of all, for the beads, they tell you to attach those with 1 strand of anchor for the run and do it on a half stitch. Well, normally I attach my beads with nylon thread or invisible thread, but for this one they gave specific instructions to do it with the anchor color, so I did it with the anchor color. But being me, I read through those instructions rather fast and I totally missed on the half stitch part. So I attached those with a full cross, but I'm still very happy with how they turned out, and I don't care that they're now lying straight and not like on a half stitch. But that's fine for me. Next thing I did, I did 1 stitch in here. Don't know if you can see it. So that looks a little bit funky. One of those blue stitches and one of the brown stitches, they are switched. So the back stitching was a bit hard and not that straightforward. And if you look at it really closely, you can actually see, I don't care. You have to look really closely to see that, and so I'm fine with that. This gravestone, yeah, that one. That small one over here is one stitch too far to the left. It should have been one stitch further to the right. I don't care. Especially with something like that, I did not have to touch any of the ground. I just could stitch the ground completely as charted, and this gravestone is just a little bit closer to that edge of the ground, but yeah, I don't care. I really don't. And then the next thing, they say you need 3 skeins of the Anchor 403. I don't think I wasted a lot of thread, but nevertheless, my 3 skeins ran out and I wasn't finished yet. So down here, I then switched to DMC 310. I'm pretty sure you cannot see where I did it. The last bit of this row is DMC 310. And the first bit of this one is Anchor 403 and 403, and then the rest is all DMC. So you can't see any difference in there. I mixed it in the middle of a letter and you can't see a difference. And I can't even tell you which letter it is anymore because I don't know. So yeah, that's that. I had a lot of fun stitching this one. I started on Halloween 2019, so I stitched close to 3 years on it, which, well, happens. But I'm fine with that, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah, it looks amazing. It really does. So that first year I stitched on it, I think I finished the top border, and no. I think the first year I just started in the top left corner and did a little bit. And then in 2020 I finished the top border and did 1 length of thread down here because I wanted to start the picture. So I did 1 length of thread in that tree. And in 2021 I then did the first row of pages, and now I did the rest. So this year I did a lot on this project, and I'm just very happy with how it turned out. Very excited. So yeah, that's Sleepy Hollow. And with my nap and everything yesterday, I finished stitching this one at about 7 p.m. So there would have been a lot of time still left to do my part of the video and start stitching on something else. But I did have a finish hangover. As it happens, especially with such large projects, I tend to get a finish hangover and I'm not in the mood to immediately start the next thing. If I have it already lined up and it's already lying next to me, the chance is higher. But as I did not have that, and I still would have needed to do a video, and yeah, it just did not happen. And I spent the rest of the night reading, which was fine as well. So that's that. And today, I actually know what I'm going to stitch on already, because this project has its birthday. And the project I'm talking about is Story Keep the Footprints by Have Enough Designs, artwork by Melanie Dellen. This is going to be the finished piece. And I showed my starting point. I can already tell you I don't have a lot of time today, so we'll see how far I will actually get. But this is my starting point. So I stitched this in diagonals of 10 by 10 blocks, and I will start the next diagonal up here today, and then we'll see how far I can get. This is stitched on a 32 count light blue linen. And I'm stitching 2 over 110 stitch needleminder from Lenka Designs. And yeah, hopefully I get to that face part. But if I do, then that's probably it, because that is super confetti heavy. But we'll see how much I can actually get done. So yeah, I will get started with some stitching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning to show you what I did. So see you then. Hi everyone, now it's the 12th of August, it's a Friday, and I'm here to show you what I did yesterday on Story Keep the Footprints, because that was the project that got chosen. No, it didn't get chosen. It was actually its birthday yesterday. So I did stitch on Story Keep the Footprints, at least for a little bit. I started the next column and I did those 2 blocks completely and started the next one, and that's it. So about 220 stitches probably, not a whole lot. I had hoped for more, but I kind of knew it was a busy day yesterday, and I started kind of late with my stitching, so I knew it wouldn't be the most progress, but I had still hoped for at least a little bit more than just 200 something stitches. But well, life happens, and it is summer. I'm not going to sit inside the whole month just to get a lot of stitching done. That's not going to happen. So I'm happy with what I did, and it's really cool to have more stitches done on this edge, just to get this project worked further down, because at the moment it still feels like there's something missing and I still have to stitch on this side, and it's not, it's the edge. But it doesn't feel like it, and it doesn't look like it necessarily. So yeah, I'm happy for every block I stitch over here just to bring it a little bit further down. And I did that, and I started my next diagonal, and I can't wait to continue stitching on it. But we'll see when that's going to happen, because that was my last birthday stitching. All the projects following are going to be chosen randomly with my Tiny Decisions app, and we'll see if I get a bit more of a variety in my projects than I did those last 1.5 weeks or not. On my last video, I had someone comment and ask why I do not just use the non-repetitive selection. So basically, with that, all my projects would get blacked out as soon as I spin them. And I thought about that. But first of all, it doesn't necessarily work all the time. So a lot of the times when I spin with the non-repetitive selection and it's blacked out, if I go into the app the next day, it's actually completely normal again. So that's one thing why it doesn't work. And the other thing, I don't want to just rotate through my project in random order. I really want to have that complete randomness. And it may happen that I have 3 days in a row Sleepy Hollow. That happens, and I'm fine with that. I'm actually kind of happy about that, because Sleepy Hollow is not done, which is also the reason it's not in this wheel anymore. And now there are only 8 projects in here. So yeah, we'll see what I'm going to stitch on today, I would say. And today I'm going to stitch on Cinderella Wax Ridges. I go get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Cinderella Waxed Ridges. Basically in this, if you buy this chart, you get 2 patterns. You get Cinderella in Wax and Cinderella in Ridges. You can stitch them separately, but also combined. And I'm stitching the combined version. Last year I finished Cinderella in Wax. This year I want to finish Cinderella in Ridges. And I really have to start doing some more progress on this project. Because so far I did not do a whole lot. And there's a whole lot of stitching involved in that dress. So first of all, this is Cinderella in Rags, completely done. And this is my starting point for Cinderella in Ridges. This project is stitched on a 28 count casual linen in the color Fog by Picture This Plus. I'm stitching 2 over 2 full crosses, needle-minded from Denka Designs. And yeah, this is Cinderella in Ridges. And the last few times I stitched on this, I always said I want to get the Krenik done and the beads done around her. And I never had that amount of time that I actually felt confident to do that. So today I should actually have a little bit of stitching time. So I might start with all the Krenik and the beads around her. And if I have some more time left, I then move into her dress and continue down there. With her, I go from top to bottom, left to right, choose the next symbol that's missing, and then do 1 length of thread in that symbol. So I think the next symbols might be over here or in here, finishing off her skin. Not exactly sure. And maybe some more in her hair is missing too. But around her, there are a lot of Krenik swirls and beads and Krenik stars, and in her crown and earring, there are a lot of beads missing that I can already stitch. So I think I'm going to start off with something like that. So yeah, that's my starting point. I'll be back tomorrow to show you what I did. Good morning, everyone. It's now the 13th of August. It's a Saturday, and I'm here to show you what I did yesterday on Cinderella Waxed Ridges. And I'm so happy with what I managed to do, because this is her now. I'm just so excited. It was a good stitching day yesterday, so I actually did some beads and Krenik. I started off with a little bit of her dress and her hair to be able to do more beads when I get to that point. And then I did those Krenik rolls on the side of her. I did all those blue stars. Those are also Krenik backstitching. So I did those. And then I started with some beads. There were a few missing in here. Those were still missing, and one down here. So I did those, and then I moved basically, sorry, it's really hard to hold this fabric. Basically, I moved all around here with all those beads, and I moved into herself. So I did all of this crown, I did the earring, I did the necklace, and then around the edge of the dress, there's basically another row of beads, and I did those. And I'm so excited. I actually can't wait to get back to her, because now all this fancy stuff that is kind of a little bit annoying because it isn't as fast is done for a bit, and I can concentrate on just stitching, continuing in her dress, and just moving my way further down. There is a little bit of back stitching missing on her shoulders and the neck area. So basically from her chin up, everything is done, including the Krenik, the beads, the back stitching, everything from her chin up is done. And I'm very excited. She does look fabulous. Yeah. Can't wait to get back to her. I mean, there's still a ton left, but yeah, she's so pretty. Can't wait to have her again, and hopefully I will get her again during August, but we'll see about that. This is my goal with all the projects I have not yet finished my year-end goal on yet, and we'll see what I'm going to stitch on today. Hopefully something fun. That is something fun. Mini Magic Mirror. I'm going to get the project, and then I will show you, and you'll see my starting point. Mini Magic Mirror is a chart by Haven Enough Designs. The artwork is by N. Stokes. This is going to be the finished piece, and I show you my starting point. So this one is stitched on a 28 count Lugana, and I'm stitching 2/1 10 stitch. Needleminder is from Just So Heavenly, and yeah, here we go. She is very pretty. This is the only project, the only full coverage project I started in the top right corner. I have already finished pages 4, 3, and 2, and I am now stitching on page number 1. This project I stitch basically in columns. I go through the columns, top to bottom, left to right, pick the first symbol that's missing, and do 1 length of thread with that color, before I then move on to the next missing symbol. Except for black. I leave all the black out of the page until everything else is stitched, and then I just fill in the leftover stitches and all the holes with black. So that's the way I stitch this, and I think I'm on the second column or something like that, so I'm probably going to continue in here somewhere with some more stitches. As this is a half stitch project, I have quite a bit of time today, hopefully, if nothing changes. I actually do hope to maybe get about 1,000 stitches in. We'll have to see. It's pretty warm again. Yesterday I had quite a few times where I just said, okay, I'm putting my stitching away for a while now because it's way too warm and I just don't feel like stitching anymore. I get sweaty hands and I don't want to have that on my fabric. So we'll see how that turns out today. But yeah, this is my starting point on her. And I always, the threads I have on my needle, I always try to finish somewhere in the piece. So that's the reason you see a lot of those stitches moving further down over here. Because I had a few stitches up in the page left and then I wanted to finish the thread and just kept going. So that's the reason for that. Yeah, she's really pretty. She's probably one of my favorite full coverages. First of all, it's a 28 count Lugana. That's my favorite fabric for full coverage stitching. She will look really pretty and she's not that big. So yeah, really excited to get back on her because especially at the beginning of Arbitrary August, I was still missing 7,000 stitches to my year-end goal. And I think I did 600 last time I stitched on her. So yeah, have to get going on this one as well. I can't stop showing her. She's so pretty. But I'm going to stop showing now because in a few seconds I will show you what I did on her today. For me it will be tomorrow, but you will see it in a few seconds. So that's that. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Hi everyone. It's now the 14th of August and it's already quite late because I had an early shift today, and before my early shift, like I normally do, I tried to do my video and my laptop just wouldn't start, so I couldn't film. And yeah, I'm back for about 30 minutes now from work, and I actually managed to fix my laptop during that time, luckily. So now today I probably have to save everything that's on here in case that happens again. Hopefully it doesn't, but in case it does, I should save everything. But so far I can still do my videos. Just wanted to tell you, in case my videos stop for some time in the near future, it might be the reason that my laptop won't work. We'll see about that. But now, let me show you what I did yesterday for my stitching, because yesterday I stitched on Mini Magic Mirror, and I actually did quite a bit. I did stitch about 700 stitches, which I'm very happy about. And basically, this one I stitched in columns, like I said, I think yesterday. So for you, it's been just a bit in columns from top to bottom, left to right, stitching the next symbol that's missing, one length of thread, and then moving on to the next one, except for all the black. I'm going to fill in all the black at the end. And basically, I started the next column, which was basically a strip down here, and I managed to fill it in until around here. So that's now done, except for the black, but there's still quite a bit of confetti stitching left in that column, because it's that part of the mirror. I did a lot of stitches in this skull, which I'm very happy about, and yeah, a lot up here, a few more stitches in her face, which now looks even stranger than it did before, but with a few more stitches, hopefully it will come out. And I did the stitch in the top left corner. I actually reached that stitch now. So yeah, 700 stitches, very happy about that. It does look pretty cool. There's still a ton of stitches left this year, so hopefully I will be able to finish that page and therefore the top row of pages this year. Yeah, that's that. And of course I did not load my app, so I have to do that right now, and then we can see what I'm going to stitch on today. Yeah, so here is my wheel with the 8 projects I have not yet finished my year and goal on, and let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. Mini Magic Mirror once again, so I don't have to bring out any other project. I'm just going to continue stitching on this one, which I'm actually quite happy about. It would be nice to finish that column. Yeah, looking forward to stitching on this some more. This is one of those projects that still needs a ton of stitches until I reach my year and goal on it. So it is nice to get back to it and do some more. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow morning. Not exactly sure if I'm going to see you tomorrow morning or after an early shift again, because tomorrow not only am I going to show you what I did today, but also my travel stitching, because it's Monday and I'm going to upload my video. So for today, this is Mini Magic Mirror, my starting point, and I'll be back tomorrow morning and see you then. Hi everyone, it's now Monday, the 15th of August, and it's already 6 p.m. because after work I came home and I wanted to take a short nap, and that short nap took longer than 2 hours. Well, now I'm awake and now I can finally do my video and show you what I stitched on yesterday, edit and upload, and then start stitching for today. So probably not a lot of progress today, but hopefully at least a little bit. And on which project we're going to see in a bit. But first I'm going to start off to show you what I did yesterday on Mini Magic Mirror. So this is where I got to, and I'm really happy with that. I did 600 stitches this time. So far during Arbitrary August, I did stitch on this 3 times, and every time I did more than 600 stitches, which is very nice. Basically, I told you I stitched this in columns, and last time I managed to do about half a column, and now I finished that column. So you can see a lot of this skull is now done, and a lot of those brighter stitches had one stitch over here and then no other stitches on this page, but most of those were then in her face, so I did quite a bit in her face as well. So that's taking shape, and yeah, a lot more up here and basically over the rest of the page and a bit more further down here as well, for about 600 stitches, as I said. And yeah, I'm really happy about that. Can't wait to get back to it. And because there are now exactly 3 columns left where I have not yet stitched the color stitches in yet. But those will be super fast because there aren't a lot of stitches left that I haven't done yet, because of normally if I have a color missing here and I do one length of thread, I try to do it over the whole page, rest of the page first, before I then move further down into different pages. So yeah, that's why there's quite a lot already stitched and only 3 columns left. That should be kind of fast, and then I can start filling in with all the black, which I'm really looking forward to, because then I will have the top row of pages finished. So yeah, that's that. There will be a bit more of confetti over here in that part of the skull that's the left, but otherwise, yeah, looking forward to stitching some more on this one, maybe even sometime during August. We have now half of August left, or half of August is over, and I have stitched on 4 projects, I think, so far, randomly, but I have stitched on a 5th. So I think there are 4 projects left that I haven't stitched on yet, which for me is fine. If I realize at the end of Arbitrary August that a few projects really haven't been called for yet, I might stitch on those at the end of August, or maybe even the beginning of September, but we'll see about that. So far I'm actually fine with not stitching on all of the projects, because I was hoping that August might be a month where I can get a lot of progress on some of my projects. And if some of my projects don't even get called, on the others I will do more progress. So I'm actually fine with that, and that's the reason I didn't put in the non-repetitive selection in my kind of decisions wheel, because I really kind of hoped to maybe finish a few more goals in August, to go into September or the rest of the year with less projects and therefore faster progress on those. So I'm fine with that. The 5th project I was talking about is actually now my new travel project, because I finished Sleepy Hollow, so I needed something new. And for that something new, I decided to take, once again, a non-full coverage piece. Most of my, or all of my full coverage pieces are either on my tablet, which I'm not allowed to use while working, or they are on paper patterns, but they are too complicated to take with me and stitch on it while outside of my home. So I decided to take another non-full coverage piece, and I only have 2 left, and one of those, the fabric is way too big. So the only option left is Ribbon Queen by Maria Brilliant. So I took this one with me, especially because I only need to fill in the rest of the dress. I think there are 8 colors, something like that, 8 colors maybe in her dress. And that's it. And a lot of beads, but the beads, as I did with Sleepy Hollow, I'm going to do at home. But yeah, I just took all the colors I needed for this one. I made myself a working copy, so therefore the piece of paper that I use for my stitching and marking my stitches isn't as big, and I can fold it quite easily, and therefore if I have it out and I only need a specific piece of the pattern, I can fold it, my working copy, really small, and I just have that small piece in front of me. So that's actually quite good. So yeah, I show you a picture of what Raven Queen looked like last time you saw it here. And I'm actually really excited with my progress. because here she is. So what I did, I went from top to bottom, left to right, through her dress, picked the first color that was missing, and did one length of thread. And I filled in quite a lot up here. If I had some leftover thread, especially down here with those turquoise colors, I had some of those. I then went over here and finished my string. So yeah, just overall up here, a lot of progress and a little bit of progress over here. I'm just really happy with this one. As you can see, there's once more a thread hanging there because I did not get it done before I had to restart work. But yeah, that's fine. So let me bring it a little bit closer what I did. Very excited. Very, very excited with this one. And I'm very happy she's my travel stitching now. I mean, I stitched a ton of black and there's way more black left. So I have to see what I do with my black thread. I think I need an extra skein in my box just in case I need it. But otherwise, I have stitched a block of 40 stitches high completely with all the cross stitches. So next time I stitch on this one at home, I definitely will do the beads because all those empty stitches you can see that are still left up in here, those will be beads. So as is in the top part of her dress, all those red parts are beads, for example. There are a lot of beads in that dress. And there will be as many down here. So I really don't want to bead everything at the end. So I hope this will come out soonish so I can actually do all the beads in here and just move further down afterwards. She is stitched on a 32 count gray linen, 2/2 full crosses, and the needle minder is from Nanka Designs. With this one, I always want to say the colorway or which gray it is, and I don't know, so I can't tell you. It's gray. Yeah, that's that. And basically her dress will be down here, and there's quite a bit of stitching left to do. But hopefully with it now being my travel stitching, that will be kind of fast. And maybe I will finish her during September. That would be pretty cool. But we'll see about that. For now, let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. I have my wheel up here with all the projects where my goal for the year is not yet done. And we'll see what I'm going to stitch on today. Oh wow! Once again, mini magic mirror. Yeah, let's see if I can actually get another 600 stitches in. As I said, it's quite late already, but that would be pretty nice. It might actually help me get this page done except for the black if I do another 600 stitches. We'll see. We'll see. There's quite a bit of confetti in that skull left, so that takes time. But I'm really hoping that that might be possible. Yeah, this is my starting point, 28 count Lugana. I'm stitching 2/110 stitches, needle minder from Just So Heavenly, and we'll see if I can get that done. That would be really amazing. Yeah, that's it. I'm now going to actually upload this video, and I'll be back tomorrow morning to start my next project that you then will get to see next Monday when I edit the next part of my Arbitrary August vlog style videos. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back, as I said, with a new video on Monday. And I hope you have a beautiful time until then, and bye!